First off, before we get started, let it be known, my man ain't raised no bitches. The only bitch in here is your mammy, hoe. Watch your mouth in my house. Coming here putting your foot in your mouth, you get a foot up your ass. And we'll let the doorknob hit you where the Most High split your ass. Don't come in here running your mouth and you don't even know what's popping. If you don't know what's popping, you need to shut the fuck up and sit back and watch. Salute. All that bitch, you the bitch. A lot of times I don't even want to do this shit, man. I be tired of people trying me, man. If you don't know me, don't try me, man. I ain't the one to be played with. Anyway, we finna pop off the show. Title of the show, Peter Pan African, Umar Johnson. Finally goes off on quote unquote Black Americans at It's Up There podcast. Salute. We're looking at the thumbnail from a third eye point of view. We got Dr. Umar Yakub forehead having ass on the thumbnail, and we stole the thumbnail from somebody else's channel. We stole it from the It's Up There podcast. Dr. Umar always got something to say, man. He need to stay in his place, man. A lot of people need to stay in their place, man. I mean, like, we not a monolith for one, man. We our own group, man. We ain't got to be messed up. Why we got our own problems, man. Why can't we just vibe out and we trying to sort out our own mess? We ain't got time to be grouped up with everybody else. Salute. We not a part of y'all ADOS. We not a part of y'all diaspora. Y'all can't make us be. See, before we get started in this, that Pan-African booty scratcher movement is dead. That's a dying movement. It's been dead. It's dying off. He ain't gaining no support. Unlike our movement, this indigenous movement, it's a growing thing. And it's only growing because we sharing the truth. We ain't doing nothing special. We just telling the truth. And we studying. We actually studying and being scholarly about what we do. So our movement is growing. And he know our movement growing. That's why he mentioning it. It was a time when people wouldn't even mention our movement. Because, you know, our movement was small. It's always been small. The truth gonna always be a few. It's gonna always only be a chosen few when it comes to the truth. Yeah, we rocking our flag. This the only flag we got. This our flag. These our colors. We ain't out here false flagging. You know, these immigrants come to our country from other lands. They come from all over the place waving their flag. Ain't nothing wrong with it when they wave their flag, but soon as we wave our flag, somehow we being divisive. We can't be divisive if we wasn't never fucking with y'all. Salute. We wasn't never with y'all. We never will be and never is. Never gonna be. Boom shakalaka! Your Pan-African movement is dead. The jig is up and you want to breathe the life out of our movement and you can't do it. Salute. And we finna talk about it. He got our name in his mouth once again. He got our name in his mouth once again. And we gonna go on and play the little clip, fair use. And we gonna just judge it for ourselves.
The growing understanding of a movement called FBA.
Okay.
Pan-Africanism and FBA. How do they contrast or complement one another?
Okay. Well, first of all, Pan-Africanism is the black man's oldest formal political ideology.
That's a lie. Salute. That is a lie. We gonna fact check him along the way. Pan-Africanism is not we was never Pan-Africans. We was never Pan-Africans. You know, we ain't never been united over here in America. To be honest, we never been united because we always had strangers and foreigners amongst us. We ain't never been united. We all got our own problems. What you eat don't make me poop. We got our own dreams, desires, and our own wants and needs. We don't want to be grouped together with all you funky Negroes. Our problem's not the same. You don't know my stress trouble. See, when you group us all together as one, Our problems get lost in the fog. You try to group us out. See, we got our own problems as indigenous American Negroes, the owners of the land. We have our own individual problems. We don't care about y'all problems. Pan-Africans or anybody from any other country, we do any Negro, any other person, we do not care about y'all problems. We're not trying to group up with y'all because our problems get lost and faded in the fog. No, we got our own mess to deal with. You need to get some nuts about yourself. If you a Pan-African, we not mad at you. Be that. We know everybody ain't gonna join us because we know everybody not smart enough to be with us. First off, we already understand everybody ain't strong enough to be with us or smart enough. A lot of Negroes weak, and a lot of Negroes dumb.
You big dummy.
Man, everybody be stealing my "you big dummy" little sound play. It's some flawed people out here, these content creators. Everybody be knows a lot of people using that "you big dummy" now, but they know who started it. But you want us to join your cause? We don't care about your cause, man. We don't care. We don't need you joining ours either. We don't want you to join ours. We not trying to join y'all. We got our own thing. Let us do our thing. We not bothering y'all. You constantly got our name in your mouth. That's the only reason we be dissing y'all. Fair use, YouTube.
Gave birth to the first free independent black nation in the world, Haiti.
That's a lie.
Pan-Africanist.
Pan-African ain't the oldest movement, and it did not give Pan-Africanism did not
This
give birth to
formal
Haiti.
political ideology. We gave birth to the first free independent black nation in the world, Haiti. Right.
No, Haiti is not the first free independent quote unquote black nation. Haiti is an indigenous nation, and if Haiti was, if the Africans gave birth to Haiti, wouldn't Haiti be an African word? Well, let's see. Let's see what kind of word Haiti is. And you know, the educated people over here in our group, y'all already know what it is. But I know it might be some Pan-Africanists watching us, some Umar supporters watching us, and they don't know. They think Haiti is a Kenyan word because they don't know. They listen to Dr. Umar. They not being educated properly. They're not studying properly. So they sit back and they say, you know, well, Haiti is the first African nation, free nation. That's a lie. It's not true. Because if that was true, Haiti would be a word from Zimbabwe or somewhere, right? Well, we can easily fact check that right now. The origin of the word Haiti. If that's an African nation, right? If it's a free African, we know they free Negroes, but are they Africans? Origin of the word Haiti. We know it's the land of high mountains. We know it's an indigenous word. See, Dr. Umar problem is he don't study. He get here and he say lies, but he don't know what he talking about. The name Haiti originates from the indigenous Taino word Haiti, which means land of high mountains. You know, in the Palenque, Managa, the Israelites, Managa, in the high mountains fighting the colonizers. See, you don't know about these stuff, Dr. Umar, or so-called Dr. Umar. And you know, when he tries to argue against some people like us, his arguments sound foolish. Sound very foolish. If the Negroes renamed the island Haiti, that tells you they indigenous people, fool. They don't even know African words, salute. They only knew their native tongues.
Ideology. We gave birth to the first free independent black nation in the world, Haiti. Right. Pan-Africanists are some of your greatest black leaders, your greatest black organizers. If you're looking at achievements, nobody compares to Pan-Africanists. Nobody.
See,
Hebrews, Moors, Nawapi.
This the thing. Just because the indigenous people of America were Negroes, these Pan-African booty scratchers, these Peter Pan-Africanists, and people from Africa, they always try to take credit for our history and the great things we accomplished because we Negro. They want to claim we them, but we don't look. We know we not them. We don't look like them. Our ancestors not from there. But they want to claim we Africans. They want to claim everything we done. But it's easy to see, just like the red, white, and blue. It all came from you, Managa. It all came from the American Negro, the American Indian. We rock that flag because it belongs to us. See, what he don't understand is it all came from us. Because he don't know the history. He's not doing any studying. He just getting on here asking for donations and running his mouth. And by the way, that nigga broke, man. Hey, it's not gonna 20 years to try to open the school.
Gods and Earths, Nation of Islam, I love them all. Nobody compares to Pan-Africanism. If you want to go achievement for achievement, you can put all them together.
See,
you don't touch it.
You want to steal our achievements, huh? You want to steal the American Negro, the American Indian achievements, and he want to give it to Africa. No, we're not gonna let you do that. We're not in your group. We're not divided because we was never with you. Matter of fact, you the enemy. We look at y'all as the enemy because we know true history. We know who helped come colonize our land. You want us to put on them ugly ass dashikis. No, we rocking the red, white, and blue. See, look at the power of when you rock your ancestral stuff, Managa. Look how mad they get. Look how angry it make people.
Okay, and I say that respectfully, but it's the truth. Okay. ADOS FBA, respectfully, I'm going to go with both groups because they represent basically the same thing, but there are differences, right? So ADOS,
which is a descendant of slavery.
No, they're first. FBA comes later.
Okay.
Okay, but they both exist. FBA is more popular, right?
Okay.
ADOS FBA. I don't have a problem with the American African people.
We're not American Africans, you big dummy. And I don't care. I mean, I don't claim FBA or ADOS. I claim indigenous people, indigenous Americans, the American Negro. But I don't got a problem with what they doing. If they want to claim FBA or ADOS, let them people do what they do. Why is you so mad? You know why he's so mad? He mad at the FBA movement, ADOS movement. He mad at the indigenous Negro movement because his movement is dead. It is dead. You big dummy. Ain't nobody claiming no Pan-African bullshit.
Go $5 ass down before I make it. Got him! And I ain't playing, nigga.
We on here roasting Africans. Ain't nobody joining his movement. He can't get donations. He mad about it. This is why he talking noise and he pointing everybody out. Like we supposed to all join together. The ADOS and the FBA, they got their own problems. They got their own cause, which is different than the indigenous Negro cause. See, the indigenous Negro, we got our own cause. When you mad at FBA and ADOS and whoever else, let them do their thing. We know everybody ain't with us and we don't care. We don't need everybody. We don't need to be stumbling over a bunch of Negroes that don't know what's going on.
Seeing the need to make it clear to other branches of the global African family.
It ain't no global African family. That's y'all. That's you. That's not us. We are not Africans. We keep standing on that. You keep trying to drag us in your group. We are not Africans. We done told y'all F Africa so many times. We done told y'all F the land of the booty scratchers. We done said it so many ways to let y'all know that we are never gonna be a part of your African group. You goofy. Y'all you look goofy. What part of Africa you claiming? What flag you running with? Since you mad at the US flag, what flag you rocking from Africa? It's just Africa? What nation, fool? Africa is not a nation, it's a continent, fool. It's not a nationality. See, you sound ignorant, you sound very stupid. It's hard for us to even argue with you or have an intelligent debate with somebody like you and these Pan-Africans because your argument is very stupid. You leaning on European and Jewish wisdom. You leaning on false ideologies. You leaning on Charles Darwin and that all men came from Africa and the men from Africa came from a monkey. We believe in the Most High, fool. We not like you Hamites.
You need to be clear that we built the house and rolled out the carpet for you.
The indigenous
be respectful
people.
In my home.
Don't give no credit to Africa. Africans ain't built nothing in America. They didn't come over here and scam.
Of that American African identity.
It ain't no American African identity. It ain't no American African identity. It ain't no American African identity. Let me say it 3 times like Umar. It ain't no American African identity. It's several different groups of Negroes in America. It's different groups politically. It's different groups racially, nationally. We're not a monolith. We're not trying to be with you funky Negroes. We're our own group, and we're going to stay our own group. We're going to continue our own study and our own history. It's like you got indigenous Negroes, you got the ADOS Negroes, you got the Pan-African booty scratchers, and then you got the immigrants and the tellers. Just like you got conservative Negroes. Just like you got Diddy-crat Negroes. We're not all the same. And ain't nobody got to be mad. If you a conservative Negro, ain't no need to be mad at the Diddy-crat Negroes. If you a Diddy-crat Negro, ain't no need to be mad at the conservative Negroes. Just do your thing. You get out there and vote and may the best knocker win. You get out there and vote for your side if you a Diddy-crat or if you a conservative, and may the best knocker win. Don't be sitting back hating and mad at the other knockers because they won't join your little funky Negro cause. We're not a monolith. Everybody don't got the same problem. Some niggas want welfare. Some knockers want capitalism. Salute.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make changes.
Some knockers like to capitalize and some knockers like to beg. We not never gonna be the same, knocker.
Needs to be done, it needs to be said. This is not new. What is new about it is the adversarial stance that they are taking.
We adversaries, and that ain't new.
Towards African immigrants who come here from
adversaries,
the diaspora,
enemies.
And the energy that they give them, the negative energy that they give them, which supersedes the negative energy you give to the white men who enslaved.
What about the negative energy they give us? Or we waving our flag and they want to call us divisive. We ain't waving no Nigerian flag. We ain't waving no Haitian flag or no Jamaican flag. We ain't waving no Kenyan flag. We waving that U.S. flag, the flag our ancestors went in war and died over. When we buried my granddaddy Blackjack, a real buffalo soldier, fought in the wars. And he died. Guess what they did? They gave us a flag. Because he American. And it's the flag right here. You want us to disrespect our ancestors? Nigga, my granddad was a buffalo soldier, died, but lived, fought and lived and came home from fighting the World War. And when he died, the military of his country gave his family the flag for his casket, my nigga, and guess what? It's hanging on my door right now. What I look like putting up your booty scratcher, Pan-African Kunta Kinte cloth flag. Nigga, smoke you about my ancestors. Make a pack out you, nigga. Make a pack out you and smoke you like a tobacco engine did, nigga. You goofy. We enemies.
And oppresses you now.
Hey, Rodney in the house, salute.
There's nothing a continental African immigrant can do to me that can supersede what the white man has done to me. There's nothing a Caribbean, Central South American African immigrant can do to me that can exceed what the...
Matter of fact, I'm more down with the white people than the immigrants. Even though they descendants of immigrants, I can get more along with the white folks than I will with these motherfucking immigrants, man. Fuck these immigrants. Fuck these funny looking motherfuckers. This ain't gonna change. And yeah, we've been talking noise, and it's spreading online. It's spreading by the magic of the World Wide Web. The movement, it's tense out here in these streets. These immigrants, they know we on their ass. Because everybody on here talking noise, we roasting them. They know Dr. Umar feels some type of way because he wants us to be part of a big African booty scratcher family that ain't got nothing to do with us. And we gonna talk about that.
White man has done to me. So why is it I can have so much vitriol, hatred disrespect, animosity
Because you live in a
towards
lie.
someone who looks like me just because they
Ain't
came
about
from
looks.
another place.
The devil,
When
the
the
devil
white
look
man
like
who's
you.
responsible for my hell here, I'm never giving him half that energy. And then on top of that, it's contradictory in this way. You still identify with the white man.
You identify with the white man. You believe everybody came from Africa, and therefore you believe that people came from monkeys. You identify with Charles Darwin. We don't identify with that. We identify with Jacob. We identify with the Most High, nigga. You identify with the Pan-African Booty Scratcher movement.
You are a black American? Since when?
We just American. We just American,
you'll
that's
call
all.
yourself an American, but you'll never call yourself an African.
Facts.
Think about that now.
Facts. You booty
After all
scratcher,
I've been
facts.
through in this country, I'm still going to wave their flag.
Our flag. Fool, you just
After
don't know.
all I've been through,
It's
and
not their flag. It's our flag. See, he got to keep fact checking him. When Columbus and the Europeans came here, they found us rocking the red, white, and blue. It was no long hair, no long straight haired red man. It was the Negro, the nappy headed Negro. The red, white, and blue was always ours. You goofy. You don't know history. You don't know what you're talking about. We is not Pan-Africans. We will never be Pan-Africans. Matter of fact, we hate y'all. We hate Africans. Just like the Negro of Mexico, the Mexica, rocking the red, white, and blue. And the gold, by the way, the official Mexica, the real Mexica. You ignorant about history. You don't know nothing. We rocking bows and arrows. We not in Africa with you booty scratchers. You can keep kicking that false knowledge. We not going for it. We doing our own thing, and we gonna continue to do our own thing, and we don't care who don't like it. And I salute any naga doing their own thing, any group. We got our own gang. Your gang dying, man. Your weak ass gang. He mad cause his gang dying. That Pan-African Peter Pan booty scratcher gang. That gang dead. That gang dying. Yeah, your gang old. Yeah, your Pan-African booty scratcher gang old. It been around, but guess what? We've been around since the beginning, fool. We've been in America since the beginning, fool. Ain't no gang older than ours, fool. And you mad because you witnessing the resurrection of the real gang, fool. You witnessing the resurrection of the tribe, fool. And ain't nothing you gonna do to stop it because you speak lies and we got nothing but truth.
in this country, I'm still going to use their colors. After everything I've been through in this country, I'm still going to identify with the plantation and call myself an American. So I don't have an issue with the concept.
If we identify, if us claiming our colors and our ancestral colors is identified with the plantation, you identifying with an ape man and Neanderthals. You is a monkey. You was a monkey. You an African monkey. You came from a monkey then. It's because we identify with the red, white, and blue and the gold. You came from a monkey. We didn't. Yeah, all right. You believe in Charles Darwin. And all y'all came from Africa. Except us. Y'all came over here and found us. Y'all came over here and found the Negroes with the bow and arrow. And with the fringes. And sometimes in the red, white, and blue feathers. And y'all wonder where the hell we come from. But you want to lie and try to confuse our people to join your goofy group because your group is dying. Your movement is dying. It's a lost cause. That Pan-African booty scratcher movement is dead. Because they ain't got no true knowledge. He ain't talking about nothing nobody want to hear.
Someone is saying that, all right, we look at anyone that is putting in our place and getting access to resources that belong to us because they built their core wealth off coerced labor.
Not just
from
labor,
our
land.
But you can come in as an African, as a quote unquote immigrant, and get certain access to things that maybe the foundational Black Americans, what they call themselves, believe that, that's our stuff. And so I don't look at the African any different than I look at the any other, ethnic group that comes over and tries to take that place.
They
If
all
that's the
immigrants.
case, where is your campaign against the Latinos? Because I don't see it. Where's
What?
your campaign against the Caucasian immigrants? I don't see it.
Cause you ain't watching the House of Con, fool. Boy, I got a campaign against everybody. He lying. See, he ain't speaking facts. Don't make me scroll through my playlist. We dissing everybody, and we dissing you Pan-African booty scratchers.
Where's your campaign against the South Asian and North Asian immigrants? I don't see
But
it.
see, what I think fragmented everything is the reparation talk. And so I think the reparation talk, a lot of the foundational, and I'm, I could be speaking out of school, but my limited understanding of it is,
See,
I think that they believe
at least
that
he got a limited understanding of things. See, when people go to him and Harmon, he know he might say something stupid, so he hit you with the disclaimer. With my limited understanding. See, over here on the indigenous Negro side, we don't sit and stand on limited understanding. No, we get thorough understanding of things before we go to running our mouth on it. That's the difference in us and y'all.
the reparations belong to descendants of slaves.
Well, I'm going to say this as a
But you don't
Pan-African,
understand who the
'cause we
descendants of
invented
slaves
the
is.
reparations fight. It don't come from FBA. It don't come from ADOS. This was around before they were born. You feel me?
You ain't invent no. He said Pan-Africans invented reparations. This nigga's a goofy.
Slaves.
Well, I'm going to say this as a Pan-Africanist because we invented the reparations fight.
Fact check, that's a lie. See, people just say things because they got these little fake titles, Dr. Seuss and shit. Doctor named Dr. Seuss Johnson got fake titles, and people just let them get away with saying anything. You ain't invent no reparations. You talking crazy talking about you invented reparations now. Pan-Africans ain't even invent the peanut butter peanut pan sandwich. Talking about I can't help but roast him because he's so stupid, man. Their whole argument is stupid, man. And it's so crazy. It's like they want us to be down with them so bad. That's how you know they weak. They movement is weak because they begging, like, your movement weak when you run around and begging other gangs to join your little weak ass gang because you lose. Loser. We not even begging y'all to join our gang. We just sitting there, we clicked up. And we just trying to find out. We just digging in on our true identity. We ain't got no ulterior motives. We ain't begging nobody to join us. It's like when smart Negroes find their way over here, cause they get tired of listening to your bullshit, and they find their way over here and they start seeing real research and real history. These Negroes just trying to find their identity. And we trying to help them because we got it. We understand who we is. We've been found our identity over here. We ain't even on the search no more. We just elaborate on resources and research. We don't sit around like you on some goofy shit and begging for donations by the school you can't even open. We just innocently just interested in our true history. That's all. We ain't got no ulterior motives. Why do you want us to join your weak ass game? Ain't one gentleman in the house. We talk about doing stuff like genealogy. We talk about like talking to our ancestors, our grandmama and our granddaddies, and asking them about their grandmama and their granddaddies, our great grandmamas and granddaddies, and we just try to dig in the paperwork and we find our way back to Virginia. You with all this pan, man. How come Dr. Umar ain't never showed us his family in Africa? Where his kinfolk at in Africa, huh? He with all this Pan-African shit. He ain't even never stepped to us and did his genealogy and found the slave ship he rode on. He rode over here on the slave banana boat. And he ain't never went back to Africa or wherever the booty scratcher part of. He can't even tell us what part. He can't even tell us, yeah, I'm a thoroughbred Nigerian. And he go my family in Nigeria, and I went back and found him. He ain't even doing no research by his ancestry or Negroes like him in his whole group, in that little weak ass Pan-African group. All they want to do is order a kente cloth and a kufi from China. They ain't doing no research on their ancestry or nothing. Well, show us your ancestors. I can show you mine. They on the wall right behind me. They on the wall right behind me, Umar. Show us your booty scratching ass ancestors. Show us the Nigerians you come from, show us your Hamite ancestry. How come you ain't Umar? I'm calling you out. We got the ancestors on the wall. We got the paper. We got the files. We got our culture. We got all our mama and my daddy records from the 60s and the 70s. We got all the culture. We got the soul music. We got our true culture. Where your stuff at, Dr. Umar? Show me your Nigerian music your ancestors was making. You ain't got no records, no nothing. You ain't got no collection, Umar. You looking weak, Umar. You ain't even, we popping off with the indigenous Negro replica statues, man. You ain't doing nothing, man. You broke. We know you broke. You don't even talk to your Pan-Africans on about how to pull their own bootstraps up. Why you don't do that? You don't talk to your group and tell them how to pull their own bootstraps up. You don't lead by example. You don't lead by example. You don't say, my fellow Pan-Africans, don't be out here begging for donations and begging the white man. Pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. Do like me. You don't do that. You just beg for donations. You don't got your ancestors on the wall. You ain't showed us a Hamite yet. We're going to be more clear about
FBA,
this.
It don't come from ADOS. This was around before they were born. You feel me? Pan-Africanists gave birth to it. Reparations for me is not about different
donations for me
and sects of the race fighting for their crumb off the big pie. This should be one fight.
The big pie is it ain't no one fight. No, see what I'm saying? They always circle around about that. This should be one fight. Come join us.
Another motherfucking word.
Nigga, we not joining y'all goofy fight, nigga. We is not joining. Let's just pull that off the table right now. We is never joining y'all. Now, what you want to talk about now? Show me how you came from Africa. Show me some receipts from your tribe in Africa. Show me some of your kinfolk. Show me your genealogy, nigga. Show me some real shit. Don't sit here and just talk my head off.
How we want to split it up after we get it. But by you fighting divided for the same restitution, you playing right into the hands of your enemy. There was one slavery.
Y'all the enemy.
Took some of us to the Caribbean.
You don't even know. We don't even got the same enemy, Umar. Your enemy is the white man. Our enemy is you. The white man ain't our enemy. We ain't worried about him. Our enemy is you Negroes, you fake Negroes that hate yourselves, that want to be something you ain't. You want to grab an African flag, you don't even know which one to grab. You want to grab a random African flag and a kente cloth. None of your ancestors ain't buried over there.
There was one slavery, took some of us to the Americas. There was one slavery, took some of us to Central and South America, right?
False.
But there was one African slave.
See? See, he just say stuff with no facts. All this is false. There was one slavery. It was just booty scratchers. This man ain't done nothing but watch Shaka Zulu movies all his life. He ain't read no real book about what happened in America.
You playing right into the hands of your enemy. There was one slavery, took some of us to the Caribbean. There was one slavery, took some of us to the Americas. There was one slavery, took some of us to Central and South America, right? But there was one African slavery. So that...
Wrong, you booty scratcher. Fact check. Live on the air on so-called Dr. Umar, who never does any real historical evidence, who never shows any receipts. He says there was one slavery from Africa. Let's see if this is true. We gonna live fact check this now like they do on the review and shit. They just be talking crazy on the news and they get fact checked real quick. so they don't get sued. We're gonna save Dr. Umar from getting sued right quick. Fact check on live on the air. He said there was one slavery. He said it was just the Africans, the Pan-Africans, the Peter Pan Africans. Man, see, they know I'm on Dr. Umar ass. Oh no, just wait. No, not responding. Dr. Umar done called his African cousins in Nigeria and them scammers and told them, hey man, hack this nigga while he live right now. This nigga roasting us. Umar say it was one slavery. The other slavery. Oh, it wasn't just one then. Through riveting evidence, including testimonies of courageous priests, rapacious merchants, and Indian captives. What kind of captives? Africans? Nope, Indians. The other slavery. Horrors pile up quietly in the other slavery. The other one. It wasn't just one. Or was it really just one in America, but they lied and told you it was something else? See, what he thinking was African slavery was really Indian slavery. He might be right. It was one slavery. You know what? I take that back. He absolutely right. It was one slavery, but it wasn't African slavery. Those Negroes was Indians. In America. Yeah. Soon as Columbus got here, all the way to the 1800s, estimated 5 million indigenous people got enslaved in America. Between the 15th and 19th centuries, European colonization of the Americas, look at that, 400 years, they be talking about, man, 400 years of slavery. That's what they be saying on the Pan-Africans. They be saying 400 years of slavery. Don't be knowing what they really talking about though, right? Between the 15th and the 19th century, European colonization of the Americas, not of Africa, of the Americas, led to the enslavement of an estimated 5 million indigenous people. This widespread practice, it wasn't a small practice, it was the widespread, it was the main practice, it was the only slavery, it was the one slavery. It wasn't African slavery, it was Indian slavery. Spanning from the Spanish conquest to the 19th century in regions like Brazil and the U.S. Southwest contributed to a massive population decline. It ain't changed no population decline. What, on paper? They reclassified you Indians and called you Africans? And then they sent agents in the Indian territory like Dr. Umar to try to convince you was some kind of African now. We say, well, nah, Black Jack, it was an African slavery too. You say it's 5 million indigenous people. It was an African slave, man. We know it wasn't never African slavery. But since you say it was an African slavery, we're going to do the numbers on your African slavery. It wasn't 5 million Africans. All you Pan-Africans preaching your nonsense, begging for donations, get your money up. Stop begging. Get your money up. Why don't you speak to the tribe about how to get some money instead of begging all the time? Oh, they want to run slow again.
Sit your $5 ass.
The AI say it's thinking. The AI is thinking. We don't. The AI sitting back listening to us, and they say, "Wait a minute, Black Jack. We see what you're doing here. You just showed us 5 million indigenous slaves in America. They say approximately 300,000. Now they changing the numbers. This number was less than 300,000 enslaved Africans were shipped directly to North America. Not even 300,000. that number, they keep changing this number so many times because they're trying to account for all you Negroes that's not immigrants or descendants of immigrants. That number at one point, that number a couple years back, that number was 200 something thousand. They say, man, yeah, I only look at around 300,000. It wasn't even 300,000. That was in 2024. See, the further you go back, that number gonna get smaller and smaller. The further you go back, talking about how many African slaves came directly to the U.S., that number gonna get smaller and smaller. That number get 187,000. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna keep going lower the further you go back. they done tried to jump the numbers up because they know it don't make sense. They don't say, wait a minute, it's at least 40, 50 million indigenous Negroes in America right now. You mean to tell me that came from 200,000 Africans? They know it's all a lie. It was no 100,000 Africans came to America. All the indigenous slaves was Negroes. All the Negroes was indigenous slaves. 5 million. And how those 5 million indigenous slaves look, they didn't die off or disappear because of slavery. No, Negro, they was never Negroes. They just took your feathers off, your red, white, and blue off your ass and called you an African. And they dared you to do your genealogy, collect 73 in the house, and ask your grandma and your ancestors about who their ancestors is, and found out that you can't trace yourself nowhere but back to Carolina or Virginia. And you was here before the country was created as a U.S. He don't got no answer for this kind of research. He just talking crazy.
Africans of the world.
It's sad
from the
for
continent
real.
To the British.
Because
Canada
he
had
ignorant.
slavery.
He called himself a doctor, but
right?
he ignorant.
We should all come and sit down. Let's fight this together.
See, I think
No, it ain't nothing to fight together. We fight y'all. If y'all ain't fighting for this indigenous cause, it ain't no together. We don't need y'all help. We can fight our indigenous cause on our own. We don't want you Nagas because y'all got too many ulterior motives. You're going to try to sneak in on our cause and then try to get some booty scratcher shit going on, and we ain't with that shit. We want our respect in our land. We don't care about, we got our own needs and wants. We don't care about what you niggas want out the deal. You on your own with what you want. You fight your own battle. Our ancestors fought our own battles. Our ancestors fought the civil rights movement and earned our respect as a people. It wasn't for no immigrants and no Africans.
You would get it quicker.
Yeah.
You would get more.
Fight your own
because
battle.
Guess what? It's a united front. But because we hate each other more than we hate racism. Because we hate each other more than we hate racism.
Us wanting to rock our flag is us hating each other. They can rock their flag. He can rock his Kunta Kinte dashiki. He can take pride in his booty scratcher heritage. We can't rock our grandma blanket though. We can't rock our flag, huh? You come over here with your Nigerian flag and you proud. It's just you and your Nigerian pride. We supposed to join your cause. Man, y'all can eat an American D, man, all week here, man. We ain't showing it. Y'all cause. Eat a D, man. Eat a D, bruh. Y'all got us effed up. y'all got us effed up. Get your own numbers up. Your cause is dying. Cause your cause is dying because you ain't got no show. You ain't showed us your Nigerian grandma yet, Naga. Look, Naga. Let me hit an angle for this, Naga. I got my grandma on the wall, Naga. I got my behind the tobacco engine. And that thing fresh. Man, these big ones, man, the dude that printed on 3D printer, see, like, it's stuff that come with this. I had to pay for this to get it made, but then I had to assemble it. Like, once, because the dude I bought it from, he don't got the big 3D printer or whatever. Everybody ain't got that big expensive 3D printer. He printed it with a desktop. And so he printed it in pieces. I'll show y'all some pictures. It came in the box in pieces. I had to glue it all together. But yeah, he ain't got no artifacts. He ain't got no books talking about his ancestors in Africa. We got hard evidence, man. There you go, the Negro, right? Look at this nigga. The Negro right at the top of the screen, nigga. The top of the book, nigga. The Negro engine, yeah. America being the latest and most accurate description of the New World, fool. We got our answers on the wall. Now my grandma, my granddaddy right there. Where's your people from? Where your Swahili ass auntie from, nigga? We ain't seen no picture yet, Umar. We need evidence over here. We don't want to hear about all this other bullshit you talking, man. We study over here for real. We like looking at facts and real evidence, man. We ain't with all this other junk you talking about. You talking about you related to Yaqub. Show us your ancestors, nigga. Show and tell. Don't be with all that talk. We ain't with all that faking and fronting. All that capping. Show us what you talking about, nigga. Show us that slave ship your grandmammy came over on. With her funky ass.
I don't want to unite with no black Africans. I don't want to.
Hey, we gotta start flexing on their ass. Cause I'm just saying, man. They be talking.
With no descendants of no slaves, right?
You don't even know who the slaves was.
So ECOWAS got their own fight. Black British got their own fight. Canada got their own fight. Black America got their own fight. And it's sectionalized, sectarian.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody communicating with each other. So the white man want to play his own.
We don't need to communicate with you punks, man. We ain't worrying about y'all. We ain't worrying about y'all. Because we know on this side that the fight is mental first. Salute. If you ain't wanting to fight in your mind, it ain't no fight. You need to get your mind right before you come to us talking about fighting anything. We ain't with you. We're not with your talking about a Marcus Garvey's Frederick Douglass Academy, fool. You sound stupid. Marcus Garvey, Frederick Douglass. Man, Frederick Douglass wouldn't be down with this stupid Pan-African stuff you talking about. Just like Frederick Douglass wouldn't be down with no Marcus Garvey, fool. Frederick Douglass told your goofy Pan-African ass that the free Negro place is in America, fool.
You big dummy.
You don't study.
Boom shakalaka.
What you talking about?
Now who sent you, nigga?
You mislead people.
Nobody sent me. Say another
begging.
Motherfucking word.
You call yourself a doctor and you ain't read nothing.
Playing,
you broke. Your group is dying. You call your school a Frederick Douglass Academy and you call yourself a Pan-African, and Frederick Douglass, the ancestor, told you the free Negro place is America. An address delivered in Buffalo, New York in 1851. Hoping to unite land reformers, free traders, anti-slavery men, temperance. Let's do what Umar don't do. Don't read nothing. He went to hey, y'all know what Umar Johnson learned to read at? He went to motherfucker. See, man, I be tripping, so I don't even know what I be ready to say. He went to Floyd Mayweather School of Reading. Dr. Umar went to the Floyd Mayweather School of Reading. That's why he don't never read that. Hoping to unite land reformers, free traders, anti-slavery men, temperance men, peace men, and all other political reformers, the Liberty Party held a national nominating convention in Buffalo, New York on the 17th to 18th of September in 1851. Despite the efforts of Garrett Smith to promote the gathering, fewer than 125 delegates attended. Douglass served on the account. Hold on, wait a minute. I skipped. Douglass served on the committee on nominations and was appointed to the party's national committee. On the second day, the convention nominated Garrett Smith for president and Charles Durkee for vice president. All this evening of 18th of September, the delegates considered a resolution against immigration. Ooh, a resolution against immigration. Salute. That the home of the free Negro, the free black man, is most empathetically where his black brother is still held as a slave. That there his presence is indispensable to comfort and cheer and encourage the oppressed. After Songs in the Prayer, William W. Anderson of Jamaica spoke. He had a ragamuffin in there. Salute to the ragamuffins. He maintained that there was a responsible black husband and father. I should deem it my duty not to continue the struggle, but should consider it a Christian duty to transport his family to the preferable asylum of Jamaica, where blacks enjoyed the rights denied them in the United States. Douglas, who had spoken on the fugitive slave law the previous evening, followed after his speech. John Scoble, Henry Bibb, and J.W. Logan addressed the convention. See, everybody wanted us to leave the United States. That's how you see. This is why Shawnee Herbs in the house. Hey, this is why we must delineate and continue to separate ourselves and protect our lineage. See how everybody wanted to flee? He came trying to convince us to go to Jamaica. He talking about, man, just come on to Jamaica, where the black man is free. No, our ancestors stayed on their land. We own farms and shit. Our ancestors wasn't trying to give up the United States in North America. They had to kill us and take it. We come from the bloodline of the Negro that didn't want to leave his land. All these people fleeing, talking about come to Jamaica where you free. Unlike in the U.S. where you oppressed. So what? If we gonna be, it's our ancestral land, we ain't going nowhere. If we gonna be oppressed, okay, we gonna deal with it. We ain't fleeing. He say, he wanted our ancestors to seek asylum in Jamaica. He told the Negroes in New York and Georgia and Virginia and shit to seek asylum in Jamaica. Nigga, please. Where blacks enjoyed the rights denied them in the United States. No, our ancestors stayed. We the blood. See, if we was pit bulls, we'd be harder than y'all. Y'all come from weak pit bulls. We come from the bloodline of pit bulls that'll tear your ass up. Our ancestors said, no, we ain't going nowhere, we fighting. Douglas, who had spoken on the fugitive slave law the previous evening, followed after his speech. John Scoble, Henry Bibb, and J.W. Logan addressed the convention. Douglas then spoke again, after which the resolution against immigration was adopted. It was against it. Frederick Douglass said, nah, we finna fight it out like a pit bull. We ain't running no Jamaica food. Get your ragamuffin ass up out of our convention. Take your ass back down there then. We ain't going nowhere. Nigga, we from Mississippi, nigga. We Mississippians, nigga. We fight, nigga. We Tennesseans, nigga. We'll fight your ass. We Virginians, nigga. It is my purpose to occupy but a few moments of the meeting on the subject, as I know you are anxious to hear our other friend, Mr. Scoble from England. They had a nogger from England. And listening to the remarks of our friend from Jamaica, I was struck with the similarity of the reasons given by him for the immigration of colored persons from this country. Everybody want us to leave our land. Go figure. And they wonder why we won't unite with these other groups. Cause all y'all trying to talk us down, or y'all trying to walk us off the ship, walk us off the plank with y'all dumb ass. We ain't uniting with none of you knockers. Talking about go somewhere else off our land. We ain't come to Jamaica telling you knockers to go nowhere. We ain't go to Africa telling you knockers to go nowhere. Why you want to talk us off our land? You want us to join your weak ass causes. I was struck with the similarity of the reason given by him for the immigration of colored persons from this country, from our land, to those which are given. Talking about Jamaica and Africa. We'll F that. But with very different motives. They got motives by these agents of the American Colonization Society. It was agents. These agents coming at Frederick Douglass trying to convince the Negro to leave his land. A society which ever has, and I hope ever will, receive the utter detestation. He said a society, he said an American Colonization Society, which was a society which ever has had, and I hope ever will, receive the utter detestation of every Naga man in the land. Every indigenous Naga, every Asian in the land detests this Naga shit. He said our people detest the colonization society. We detest Pan-Africanism. We detest your Peter Pan-African philosophy. We detest it. The American engine detests your philosophy. I know that our friend Mr. Anderson will find it difficult to appreciate the reasons. They find it difficult to appreciate the reason we delineate, the reason we rocking our flag and we separate it. They find it difficult to appreciate the reasons. They find it difficult to appreciate the reasons we rock the red, white, and blue. And when we try to show them the reason, they don't listen to us. When we try to show us the reason, we try to show their ass the reason, they say we being divisive. They come and wave their funk ass flag in our face. They come and wave their funk ass kente cloths in our face, and they tell us we being divisive. And we try to show them why though. I don't even remember where I was at. I'll forgive me. Sometimes I get emotional. He say he hope they receive our detestation of every engine in the land. I know that our friend will find it difficult to appreciate the reason which induced the free Negro, the free colored people, the free copper colored people of these states to insist upon remaining here. We not immigrants. We ain't immigrating nowhere. We insist upon staying on our farm and our indigenous land. We ain't leaving our tobacco farms that our ancestors built. He sees us a suffering people because they took everything from us, hemmed and on in every side by the malignant and bitter prejudice which excludes us from nearly every profitable employment in this country because it was all ours. In which, as he has well said, has led several other states to legislate for our expulsion. Everybody want to expose us. In the extremity of our need, he comes to us in the spirit of benevolence, I believe, and holds out to us the prospect of a better country, the prospect of a home where none shall molest or make us afraid. And he would think it strange that we do not accept it. And of his benevolent offers, we do not accept his benevolent proffer and welcome him in his mission of mercy and goodwill toward us. And yet we must say that such a welcome cannot be given by the colored people, by the copper colored people of this country without stabbing their own cause to the vitals, without conceding a point which every black man should feel that he must die or rather than yield, and that is that the prejudice and the maladministration toward us in our country are invincible to truth. It's invincible to truth, invincible to combine and virtuous effort for their overflow. We must make no such concession. Sir, the slaveholders have long been anxious to get rid of the free colored person of this country. They want to get rid of the free Negro. They want to get rid of the free American Indian. They want to get rid of the free copper colored persons of this country. The slave, who want to get rid of the free people? The slaveholders. And all the immigrants want to come here. The immigrants telling you to flee your land. They want to come to your land. They know that where we are left free, blacks, though we are thick-skulled, as they call us, we shall become intelligent. And moreover, that as we become intelligent in just that proportion, shall we become an annoyance to them in their slaveholding. They are anxious, therefore, to get us out of the country. They know that 100,000 intelligent, upright, industrious, and persevering black men in the northern states must command respect and sympathy, must encircle themselves with the regard of a large class of the virtue-loving, industry-loving people of the North, and that whatever sympathy, whatever respect they are able to command must have a reflex influence upon slavery, and therefore they say, out with them, let us get rid of them. For my part, I am not disposed to leave. For my part, I am not disposed to leave. I am not disposed to leave. I think our friend must have struck with the singular kind of applause at certain sayings of his during the address, an applause that seemed to come from the galleries, from the door, and from that part of the house that does not wish to be mixed up with the platform, from that part of the house that wishes not to be mixed up with the platform. Straw shows which way the wind blows. Applause. He getting applause. They in there. the house done got lit. He said, when Frederick Douglass said he am not disposed to leave, the Negroes got lit. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what I'm reading here. They say the applause went crazy. You know what I'm saying? He said, I fancied too that when our friend was portraying the blessings that would result from our removal from this land to Jamaica, that delightful vision was floating before the minds of those gentlemen in the distance. Great applause. Now, sir, I want to say on behalf of any Negroes I have the honor to represent that we have been with, still are with you, and mean to be with you to the end. Cheers. Let's see, all the Negroes, we ain't going nowhere. See that way. Y'all better take note, man. All this Pan-African fake shit, it's not what your ancestors was on. You Pan-Africans in here watching, you better take note. Cheers. It may seem ungrateful, but there are some of us who are resolved. There you shall not get rid of your colored relations. Immense applause. They say immense applause after that part. Why should we not stay with you? Have we not a right here? I know the cry is raised that we are out of our native land, that this land is the land of the white man, that Africa is the home of the Negro and not America. Look what he say. But how stands the matter? He say, but how? He say, but how stands the matter? I believe that simultaneous with the landing of the pilgrims, there landed slaves on the shore of this continent. Now look what he's saying now. Let's jump back. He said, now look how he said this. I know the cry. Look, he said the cry like the crying wolf, right? When somebody say, I know y'all crying about this, you know they don't really they looking at it as cap. He say, I know y'all crying, the cry is raised that we are out of our native land. He said that's a cry. That this land is the land of the white man, and that Africa is the home of the Negro and not America. Look how he said that Africa is why would he say that Africa is the home of the Negro and then not America? Why would he even insinuate America? See that? He say, I know the cry that's raised that we are out of our native land, and that the land is the native land of the white man, and Africa is the home of the Negro and not America. He basically saying it like that. He said, but how stands the matter? How? He questions in this. He said, I believe that simultaneously with the landing of the pilgrims, there landed slaves. He's saying the pilgrims is the slaves. He telling you. He say, how are we from Africa? When I believe that when the pilgrims landed, so did the slaves. And he is dead right. He tell us this in 1851. It match up with everything we studying and everything we stand for. Frederick Douglass told us the pilgrims is the slaves simultaneously. He said, how we from Africa and not America? He say simultaneously with the landing of the pilgrims, there landed the slaves on the shores of this continent, and that for 230 years and more, we have had a foothold on this continent. We have grown up with you. We have watered your soil with our tears, nourished it with our blood, tilled it with our hands. Why should we not stay? We came when it was a wilderness. See, maybe he is confused. He say, we came when it was a wilderness. We didn't come. And were the pioneers of civilization of this continent. See, all this is true. So if he's saying we came when it was a wilderness and were the pioneers of civilization on this continent, he's saying we was here first. And it wasn't we was here first, we was here originally. It wasn't no first about it. It's originally, aboriginally, indigenously. We level. He's saying your forest, our hands removed the stumps from the fields and raised the first crops. How is this their forest? I guess he's speaking in past tense, like, okay, they run it now. He calling it your fields now. And raised the first crops. If we raise the first crops in America, which are indigenous crops, who are we? And brought the first produce to the tables. We have been with you, are still with you, have been with you in adversity, and by the help of God will be with you in prosperity. Repeated applause. There was a time when certain learned men of this country undertook to argue us out of existence. Professor Grant of New York reckoned us of a race belonging to a bygone age, which in the progress of the human family would become perfectly extinct. Yet we do not die. It does seem that there is a providence in this matter. Chain us, lash us, hunt us with bloodhounds, surround us with utter insecurity, render our lives never so hard to be born. And yet we do live on, smile under it all, and are able to smile amid all our afflictions. There is an invincible determination to stay right here, because a large portion of the American people desire to get rid of us. In proportion to the strength of their desire to have us go, in just that proportion is the strength of our determination to stay. Now see, he telling you, Umar just told you, you identify with the white man because you rocking the flag. But he the one that actually identified with the Ku Klux Klan. He identified with this large proportion of people that want you, that's trying to convince you to leave. He say, because a large portion of the American people, like Dr. Umar and the Ku Klux Klan, desire to get rid of us. In proportion to the strength of their desire to have us go, is just that proportion is the strength of our determination to stay. And in staying, we ask nothing but justice. We have fought for this country, and we only ask to be treated as well as those who fought against it. They say, dang, he's saying we ask to be treated as well as those who fought against it. Like the Democrats fighting against the country right now. You know, the party of the immigrants, the political party of immigrants, the Democrats, the Epstein-crats. We are American citizens, and we only ask to be treated as well as you treat aliens. And you will treat us so yet. He said, you will treat us so yet. Most men assume that we cannot make progress here. It is not true, sir, that we can make progress in the future is proved by the progress we have already made. We built the country. Our condition is rapidly improving, sir. But a few years ago, if I attempted to ride on the railroad cars in New England and presumed to take my seat in the cars with white persons, I was dragged out like a beast. I have often been beaten until my hands were blue with the blows in order to make me disengage those hands from the bench on which I was seated. On every railroad in New England, this was the case. How is it now? Why, a Negro may ride just where he pleases, and there is not the slightest objection raised. And I have very frequently rolled over those same roads since, and never received the slightest indignity on account of my complexion. Indeed, the white people are becoming more and more disposed to associate with the blacks. I am constantly annoyed by these pressing attentions. Great laughter. I used to enjoy the privilege of an entire seat and riding a great deal at night. It was quite an advantage to me. But some time ago, riding up from Geneva, I had curled myself up, and by the time I had gotten to a good snooze, along came a man and lifted up my blanket. I looked up and said, "Pray do not disturb me. I am a black man." Laughter. "I don't care who the devil you are. Only give me a seat," was the reply. Roars of laughter. I tell you, the white people about here are beginning to don't care who the devil you are. If you can put a dollar in their way or a seat under them, they don't care who the devil you are. But I will not detain you longer. I know you are anxious to hear our friend from England. And this was from 1851. Frederick Douglass. The man Dr. Umar, so-called Dr. Umar, want to name his school after telling you that their movement was not to leave America. We not immigrants. He may have been a little bit confused about history because even though Frederick Douglass was a learned man, he didn't have access to the amount of study material that we have nowadays. And we're talking about this was in 1851. They tell you slavery ended in 1865. So, you know, Umar Johnson to tell you Negroes got here in 1619. Because he don't know what he talking about. But even if you go from 1619 to 1851, that's a long time. That's more than 200 years. That's 232 years from 1619 or from 1617 is 234 years. And I speak of 1617 because we know we was here well before 1619. We know they found us here. But I always speak of 1617 because it's just funny because it's some immediate it just immediate means of debunking the 1619 story, and it ties us, even the 1617 story, it still ties us here before 1617, and I can explain. Like, Umar, matter of fact, let me play him some more. Today freezing me up, man. My computer, I hate this little freeze up shit. Let me play some more of his interview before we move on.
Game of what? Divide and conquer, separate and rule.
That's why I wanted to have a conversation about the FBA.
You can't divide somebody that was never with you.
Because that's what's going on. Although I hear when you speak, although you're Pan-Africanist, I hear some of the stuff I hear from foundational Black Americans.
Well, remember, there's nothing wrong with advocating the rights of your unique group. A Pan-Africanist in South Africa can speak up for South Africans and still recognize the greater vision and greater goal of a united race. You see that? So as Pan-Africanists, we don't just focus on the whole. That's the goal.
See how ignorant, and how like his argument is very ignorant, and it identifies with Charles Darwin, who say everybody came from a monkey in Africa. If that's the case, white people should be fighting a Pan-African. It should be white Pan-Africans too. If that's the case, it should be European Pan-Africans, Japanese Pan. If everybody came from a monkey out of Africa, then everybody should be Pan-Africans. Why he gotta influence our group? You know why? Because our group is the group that got the flow. We the group that's growing. We the group that he ain't got. It's on this side. On this side of the internet, on the indigenous Negro side, we got content creators with some guys got more than 500,000 subscribers. Some guys got a couple 100,000. I'm a small channel. I ain't got but a couple thousand. But Dr. Umar, to be as famous as he is, he only got about 200,000 subscribers on his channel. It's people on our side that got more subscribers than that. So that go to show you his movement he ain't really got no movement, because he don't really talk about no history. He not showing us his ancestors in Nigeria. He ain't showing us no evidence or nothing. He just talking crazy.
But we also got to take care of our people where we are. But I don't have an issue with the American African
everything
people.
about him is contradictory. The name of his school is contradictory to where he stand on.
People having a black agenda for themselves that they need to carry out. It's only when you
Frederick
start
Douglass would have been against this
and antagonizing other Africans as if they're responsible for the condition you in. Loon, there's only 3 million African immigrants in this country. They are.
Frederick Douglass ain't even want to go to Jamaica. You think he want to go to Africa? Man, goofy. Hey, you can tell he don't do no research, because if he would have did the least bit of research on Frederick Douglass, he wouldn't name his school after that. He wouldn't have said, nah, I can't use Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass was against his Pan-African shit.
Not the group most
he would call Frederick Douglass divisive.
Off from your set-asides. You know who that would be? White women, homosexuals, and Latinos, who they rarely ever talk about.
And
and let me also say this, Loon. Let us be honest. What do we know about the psychology of oppression? The victim often imitates the victimizer. The oppressed often imitates the oppressor. What do I mean by that, Loon? I don't want to be the most oppressed person. I got to find somebody and put them beneath me so I can look down on them and mistreat them. And it's back.
Does anybody really think like that? I'm just saying. I don't ever see myself as identifying as an oppressor. Like I want to step on somebody else and look down on them. This his mentality. See, when people say crazy stuff like this, he really talking about himself. Cause where he come up with these ideas from, it's like it's a figment of his imagination. It's in his own head. Cause this is his character traits. We talking about a man who he can't even get along with his daughter because he was a deadbeat dad, and then he want to tell you about where you come from or what you should unite with. You need to unite with your daughter. Why you divided from your daughter? You all on the internet divided with your daughter, but you telling us to unite with your Pan-African cause. You need to unite with the Johnson family cause, fool, before you tell us how to unite. You deadbeat dad. You got two whole baby mamas out here that you don't get along with, and you telling us about how to unite, man. You don't get your pandering ass on.
And forth between Black Africa and Black America, a lot of this is victim consciousness. I don't want to be the lowest, so I'm going to victimize and step on the American African. I don't want to be the lowest, so
if your family ain't united, if your biological family ain't united, you can't tell me shit about uniting with nobody. Don't tell me nothing about uniting. If your household ain't united, I don't want to hear you telling me about uniting nothing. If you ain't united, if you and the mother of your child or you and the father of your child ain't united, don't tell me nothing about uniting. Don't tell me nothing about Black power. Don't tell me nothing about who to vote for. Don't tell me nothing about what we gotta do to get it together. I don't want to hear none of that shit. You a deadbeat.
I want to victimize and step on the African immigrant because in America, we're the lowest.
Man, you worrying about the immigrant. Worry about your daughter. What about your daughter?
I'm not saying we internalize that.
Right.
I'm saying that's the white agenda.
Yes.
We don't want to be
You worrying about getting along with immigrants. You can't get along with your daughter, though.
My hospitals, my schools, my banks, my trains, my import-export. You see that? My industry, my own trade market, stock market, rather than build myself up to compete with everybody else, I'm just going to demonize.
But what if it's about?
So I have somebody lower than me because I want to do to somebody else.
Why are these people so involved with these immigrants? Like he just like the Diddicrats. He no different than the Diddicrat party. He highly supportive of immigrants. You notice that? Not only they want us. They want us to not have pride in where we from. They don't want us to not have. They don't want you to have pride in Georgia. They don't want you to have pride in Florida, in Virginia, in Mississippi, Texas, Louisiana. They don't want you to have pride in none of that. They want you to have pride in a whole nother place that 99% of y'all never been. They want you to have pride in all the other. They want you to be friends with immigrants. They don't want you to stick. You have no pride in your own stuff. Be friends with these immigrants and fight for them. He got the same message. He got the exact same message, bro. He got a dangerous message. He dangerous to our people.
What the white man been doing to me, and we all have that disease. I'm speaking
White
universally.
man ain't worried
Every
about your
African
goof
group
ass.
in the world. Because remember now, I've met them all. They always looking for somebody to put under their foot. If I can't beat the white man,
look how he be looking. This nigga is evil, man. This nigga is evil as hell. Look how he looked when he just said that shit. Look at it, nigga, fat head ass nigga, Mr. Potato Head having. This nigga got a potato head.
they always looking for somebody to put under their foot.
He looked like he put somebody under his foot when he said that shit, didn't he? He looked like he just stepped on a nigga. You dirty black ass, you dirty black nigga from America. He said, you get down with these ignorants, put my foot on your neck, you black ass, dirty black nigga. That's how he looking when he said that shit. He looked like he just called somebody a niglet. This nigga evil, man.
Niglet.
Everybody down, everyone, this is ready.
But they trying to force us to be cool with these immigrants, man. This shit crazy. Y'all don't think this shit crazy? Why they trying to force us They trying like this nigga trying to say you niggas can't be indigenous. You niggas talking about this indigenous shit. You niggas talking this FBA ADOS shit.
If I can't beat the white man, let him join them by having somebody underneath.
Nigga movement.
So, but if it's about resources and reparations, so if it's about reparations,
reparation face,
right, for American like descendants of slaves.
That nigga look like a Jay-Z stunt man. You know what I'm saying? He like a Jay-Z stunt double, man. This nigga is up there podcast face ass nigga, man. For you. How I'm reviewing this nigga content and roasting this nigga. Y'all know I don't give a shit. This nigga gonna strike my shit. He gonna say strike that nigga. He say if we united, nigga, don't strike my video, nigga. Fair use, nigga. Your Pan-African.
Slaves, because I agree with you. I think it shrinks the coalition when we have like
ain't no coalition.
ADOS and FBA and Pan-Africanism and regular just black people who ain't doing
it. It ain't no coalition, nigga. It's a no-alition. We ain't coalition with nobody. Let's stand on this side. I am one of the generals of the American Indian tribe in America. I'm Blackjack. I'm one of the generals from the House of Khans, and I can speak for the tribe. And it's fair to say that the tribe says there is a no-alition, that we are not allied with any of you goofies. We got our own problems. Niggas from Georgia got nigga from Georgia problems. Nigga from Texas got Texas nigga problems, man. We don't care about what you immigrants going. We don't care about ICE. See, he want us to fight ICE. He with these goofy Black Panthers and shit, man. These goofy Black Panthers out here talking about fighting ICE, man. We ain't doing nothing. They been trying to talk us into fighting ICE for the last since January, for real. They been like 3 months trying to talk us into fighting ICE for 3 months now, man. We ain't fighting no ICE with y'all, man. Y'all goofy out here. Dr. Umar, you go out there, please go out there and fight ICE. I would love to see a video of ICE beating your ass or doing you like they gonna pop your ass. They gonna do you like they.
Pan-Africanism, our focus is the whole. We're the only philosophy in the world that is inclusive of everybody. Nobody else has that.
We ain't including that. No.
What strength is that?
Nobody else has that. Nobody else is inclusive. Why you want us to be inclusive? Old McDonald in the house. See, these niggas, he's contradict himself. He'll say we the only one inclusive, and then say nobody else inclusive. We not inclusive, bro. And of course, nobody else inclusive. When the Jamaicans come here and they got their little Honda Civic. And they got that big ass Jamaican flag hanging off the rearview mirror. We ain't mad at them. Let them do their thing. They all over here doing that shit. The Nigerian booty scratchers got their flag on their little rearview mirror, and that old ass Toyota pickup they be in. We ain't tripping. They all over here doing it though. Why they ain't in Jamaica flying their flag? Why they ain't over there in Nigeria flying their flag is the real question, because it ain't nothing to be proud of. Trying to tell us about where we from.
We don't have that. We believe in freedom of religion. We are about unity of the race. We see the African race as a family. That we want to be cohesive.
I don't believe in nothing he said. I don't believe in freedom of religion. I don't believe in the African family. I don't believe in none of that. He lying. I can speak for the tribe of Indians. The Indians, we don't believe in none of that. We don't believe in none. All the Indians in America, I just spoke with everybody a few minutes ago. We don't believe in that. I can speak for the tribe. Hey, Eric Gooden say he lost respect for Umar. And I ain't never had respect for this goofy. Because he don't stand on that.
We playing the long game.
He speak this African shit, but he don't show me. See, you can't speak no African shit to me, but you don't show me no African relatives. You don't show me nothing. You don't show me none of your history or nothing. You just talking crazy. Then you think we gonna go along with it because you ain't getting no donations for your little school scam.
We are the only philosophy that has ever been pointed out by the white man as being a threat to his system. You ain't gonna see no FBA.
Listen, he said that. I got a sound bite that shit. I'm gonna put that on my soundboard. Pointed out by the white man. No, hey, this just sound crazy. We said that. Hold on, let me play that again. Let me play that again. They pointed out by the white man.
A long game. And we are the only philosophy that has ever been pointed out by the white man as being a threat to his system. You ain't gonna see no FBA on no documents. You ain't gonna see no ADOS
You
on
ain't
no
gonna see
documents. You ain't gonna see
Pan-African on no
Hebrew,
documents.
no Wapi, and none of that. And I love them all.
You ain't gonna see Yakubians and Pan-Africans on no documents. You gonna see Negro. You right. You ain't gonna see no FBA ADOS on documents. Since we talking about it, let's pull this card and fact check them. Let's fact check them right now. So, are you talking about documents? What, like war documents? What you mean? Documents like census records? You talking about ancestral records? Documents? You talking about you ain't gonna see ADOS FBA on documents. You ain't gonna see Pan-African on documents either. Let's look at some of these documents about these Negroes in America captured. Where were they captured from? Were they captured from Africa, like Dr. Umar said? Umar said y'all came from Africa. He called you some African booty scratchers. So I Googled Negroes captured because I wanted to know where America got its slaves from. And the first thing came up after I typed in, the very first thing came up was Seminole Nation in Indian Territory. I said, wait a minute. I thought Dr. Umar said the Negroes got captured out of Africa and got enslaved. I found out he was lying, so I clicked on it. I said, let me see what this got going on, because I called Dr. Umar immediately. I said, Umar said, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. When I speak to Dr. Umar, he said, yeah, nigga, what's up? I said, peace and Peter Pan African peanut butter sandwiches. I said, I find out your ass was lying. I put in Negroes captured because I was trying to find your ancestors and your booty scratching ancestors in Africa, and this shit told me list of Negroes who have been captured by the troops of Fort Jupiter in Florida. This was right around the time of Frederick Douglass. This said this was in Florida from February 22nd, 1838. Frederick Douglass had to be a young boy at that time to the present date. And they say, what kind of Negro? African Negroes? No, it's Indian Negroes. I said, I'll be damned. I said, I knew it. I said, my grandma and my granddaddy wasn't lying. I said, they told us we made the red, white, and blue when we was Indians. I said, I knew they wasn't lying, man. They talking about my grandma and them were lying. I said, them motherfuckers, they don't know my grandma and my granddaddy was the truth. I got them on the wall behind me. They said, we made the red, white, and blue. They said, the white man came over here. They found out tobacco farms and all hell broke loose. They said, ask Frederick Douglass. I said, I knew that nigga Dr. Umar was on some bullshit.
But what the white man said in his security memorandum was what? We cannot allow the black African and the black
man, there wasn't no black Africans, man. We just read Indian Negroes. We just read Indian Negroes.
If they do, that would significantly undermine our global agenda.
Yes. And from a global
Africanism
perspective.
is the threat, not this other crap. You don't care about none of that stuff. That's just smoke and mirrors.
You're looking at it from a global perspective. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're the only thing he worried about.
Right. Yeah, yeah. So, do you agree, though, that black Americans deserve reparations? And if so, who has to play?
Deserve reparations.
So, for what happened in America?
Well, remember, slavery happened to the race. That's where we're going to, you see, that's where the disagreements come in. Because slavery didn't happen to black America. Slavery happened to Africans wherever they were taken. What they did to me here is no different than what they did to me in Costa Rica.
But America don't have to pay for that. We saying if America says we're giving reparations for what happened to black people in America, who does that go to?
I disagree. Let me clarify. There is no America until July 4th, 1776. But my ancestors got here under British North American slavery, not the Spanish. They were there first, right? But the Spanish don't control the United States of America, right? Anglo-Saxons do. America was born of the 13 British colonies, right? That was born July 4th, 1776, Loon. So under whose control and dominion were we?
Man, this nigga just making up shit. He don't know. That man ain't read no history book. He ain't read no history. This man just be talking crazy.
19 until 1776.
1619. Did this nigga just say? I know this nigga ain't just tell.
Anglo-Saxons do. America was born of the 13 British colonies, right? That was born July 4th, 1776 alone. So under whose control and dominion were we from 1619?
From 1619. See, right? You know, niggas be like, they say right real loud. After they say something, they try to make you believe that shit true what they said. After 1619, right? Wrong, nigga. Wrong again, nigga. Your little 1619. You niggas don't do no reading. Cause we got right here the smoking age, or the life and death of tobacco, which got everything to do with our history, was published in 1619 by Richard Braithwaite. 1617, not 1619. It is a 17th century English literary work, not a modern regulation. It is a satirical, allegorical text with an engraved frontispiece by William Marshall depicting tobacco shops and smoking culture, mocking the rise of tobacco consumption in 1617, the smoking age, or the life and death for tobacco. What that got to do with anything, Blackjack? All right. The earliest recorded tobacco shop figure, considered the predecessor to cigar store Indians, not African Indians, dates back to 1617 in England and Holland, known as the Virginia men or the Blackamoors. The earliest tobacco Indian was known as the Virginia men or Blackamoors, not the West African or Nigerian men, the Virginia men, Virginia, or the Blackamoors. They was Africans? Nope. They was tobacco cigar store Indians dating back to 1617 in England, in Holland, in England, 1617. The Smoking Age and Life and Death of Tobacco in 1617 by Richard Braithwaite is a 17th century England English literary work. The Virginia man, the first cigar store engine, the Negro. You talking 1619, we was here since the beginning of time. And here go a 1617 story just to debunk you. The first cigar store engine. The Smoking Age, the life and death, the life and or death of the smoking age or the life and death of tobacco. If you want the resource, if you want the receipts. The first cigar store Indian, a Negro. The original cigar store Indian in 1617, not 1619. The Indian, the Negro. Forget your Pan-African lie.
Until 1776. The British. Am I wrong? Who Jamaica want reparations from? The British. Do you see where I'm going with this? Who Ghana want reparations from? The British. Who Nigeria want reparations from? The British.
Man, we don't
So
care.
the
We got
American
our own
African,
problems.
to your point, Loon.
We got our own
From
problems.
1776 until the present, that's the USA. But from 1619 to 1776, that's the British Empire.
See, and it's the same land. You see, and that's why I think the conversation has to be had.
Yeah,
because
I think the point you're leaving out-
not just the conversation of studying, because you're not going to say anything. You got people believing this stuff you saying. That's why somebody got to fact check you live on the air with this stuff you talking about and debunk every talking point you got. You a joke.
There's a self-hate aspect to this too.
You got self-hate. You hate.
And I know
you hate
the
the fact that your
ADOS
ancestors from America. You hate. You got a lot of self-hate. You hate the fact that Negroes rock the red, white, and blue and are from America. You hate the fact. You hate yourself. You hate our culture. You want to be an African so bad. You want to be a Zulu warrior. You want to be a Zulu booty scratcher. He want to be an African so bad. Talk about self-hate. He hate the fact that the Negro in America is from America. The land of the free Negro is America. Talk about self-hatred. You don't know your own history. You look like a crack fiend in the face. you broke, always begging for donations. You broke MFer. You gotta consistently call him broke. You gotta shame him. You gotta shame
and I say that
his broke
respectfully
ass.
because at least with the ADOS FBAs, they admit their ancestors came from Africa. They just are of the opinion that that don't matter no more. I don't know how you get there, because as the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey said, a people without knowledge of themselves is like a tree without roots. I would love to see an FBA history book for their kids. I would love to see an ADOS FBA.
He said FBA ADOS. He said the thing about them. He say what's different in ADOS and FBA was different than them and the indigenous Negro. He say they admit that they came from Africa. He say we don't admit that because we know we didn't come from Africa. Now look, listen to him again.
Into the present, that's the USA. But from 1619 to 1776, that's the British Empire.
See, and it's the same land. You see, and that's why I think the conversation has to be had, because
I think the point you're leaving out, there's a self-hate aspect to this too. And I know the ADOS FBAs, they're not the pretendians.
See that?
And I say that
he said the FBA ADOS is not pretendians.
Respectfully, because at least with the ADOS FBAs, they admit their ancestors came from Africa.
See, so he say the difference in us, he say we the pretendians, and he say the FBA and ADOS, he say they admit that they from Africa. See, all of them is wrong. That's why I don't claim, he right about FBA and ADOS. I don't claim neither one of them groups. They do say they from Africa and they came here. I'm an indigenous Negro. I say all of them are wrong. I say FBA is wrong, ADOS wrong, and Pan-African booty scratching is wrong. I say we never came from nowhere. I say Plymouth Rock landed on us, and I got the receipts and proof. These groups never show any receipts. And that's one thing I can agree with him on. The FBA and what they say, they do claim they came from Africa, so they really got his same philosophy, except that they separating themselves from that. And all these philosophies is goofy for real, because it's not the truth. It's not standing on history. The difference in our philosophy is not even really a philosophy. Our shit is just the truth. The indigenous Negro, this is not a philosophy. This is just facts. This is proof. Dr. Umar can easily pull up. He can easily pull up 1500s. The 16th century is the 1500s. He talking about we came here in 1619. He can easily pull up a 1500 American Indian photo and it show him it's the Negro. He don't have to. I don't have a philosophy. This is history I'm talking about. He can pull up these Virginia, the original tobacco Indians, and see that they nappy-headed Negroes. This is not my philosophy. This is the facts. This is the real history. You the one with a false philosophy, with no receipts and no proof about what you talking about. You don't even represent your ancestors. I would never follow you.
They just are of the opinion that don't matter no more. I don't know how you get there.
You a joke.
Because as the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey said, a people without knowledge of themselves is like a tree without roots. I would love to see an FBA history.
You and the Pan-Africans is the tree without roots. You projecting. You the tree without roots. You and your whole following. You and that dead Pan-African movement that is not growing. It is dying. That movement is dying. You are the tree without roots.
History book for their kids. I would
he
love
got a nerve
to
to talk about a history book. You ain't pulled out a book yet.
History book for children.
I ain't never seen you reading a book. I ain't never seen you bringing no historical evidence from a book, so-called Dr. Umar, Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss. Never seen this nigga reading. I don't even know if he can read. For real. I ain't never. Y'all, anybody ever heard Dr. Umar reading? I don't even know if this Negro can really read, man. If I had to go off looks, I would say he went to Floyd Mayweather School of Reading. Never seen this Negro. This fake leader. This fake leader.
How are y'all going to treat identity in history? Because y'all cutting yourself off from your root.
Gosh. Oh
and you
my
identifying
gosh.
with a man who's trying to get rid of
Oh
you.
my gosh. This man
That's
said
the weakness of the
identity
movement.
history.
Lou. I'm
Who
cutting
is
off
that
my
they're
root.
identifying with?
Say that again.
Who is that they are identifying with this trying to?
Americans.
Okay.
Both of them call themselves Americans. Both.
Of course, because we know who the original. He's saying you identifying with them, but in actuality, they identifying with you. He said they both call themselves American. He talking about us and Europeans. 1828, Webster's definition of America. He said they both identify as Americans. He said you identifying with them, but they identifying with us though. Webster's dictionary of 1828 told us that. It's a lot of shit was popping off in the 1800s, wasn't it? A Native American originally applied to the Aboriginals or the colored people, the colored races, colored only, copper colored. Found here by Europeans, but now applies to the descendants of Europeans. He say they both call themselves Americans. Of course, the Indians is the real Americans, the real Indians, the Indians, nigga. And he said we identify with them. This how you know he's dumb. He don't do no studying. Cause if he did any studying, he wouldn't leave himself open to being called out this easily, man. He leave himself wide open for me to call him out too easily. He said they both identify as Americans. Yeah. It said published on April 14, 1828. Noah Webster, an American dictionary of the English language, was landmarked 2,000 page. And what he said, what American was, a native of America, originally applied to the Aboriginals or the copper-colored races, the Indians, the Negroes, found here by Europeans, but now applies to the descendants of Europeans. He making a fool out of himself with some of the stuff he's saying. We are not identifying with them. They are trying to identify as us. We ain't hijacked them. We ain't hijacked the red, white, and blue. We invented it. It was always ours. We not blending in with them. They are trying to be like us, and you are too dumb to see it. People like you that don't study nothing are too dumb to know real history. You too dumb to understand that they are trying to be like us. We are not identifying with them. They are trying to be like us. He is too dumb to really see what the true culture is. He too dumb to see that they trying to be like us. We were never trying to be like them. They were always trying to be like us. See, it kills me when people go to talking crazy and they don't know what they're talking about.
Both groups. So they identify with the plantation.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, yes.
But they cut themselves off from the ancestors. You see that? To me, that is the greatest shortcoming of that movement. Ain't nobody taking me from my African roots. I don't give a damn what game y'all want to play, but you ain't doing that. There's spiritual ramifications for that. There's political ramifications for that. There's economic ramifications for that. And let's go political. No, only an idiot will cut themselves off from a meaningful relationship with other nations. You cannot survive in this world without allies.
Fuck them other nations.
Do you understand me? Especially when you are an American minority.
Hey, nigga, sunflower in the house, salute.
How did Cuba survive America? Being 90 miles off the coast, Loon? Because Cuba had Russia, an international ally.
Man, we made the red, white, and blue, man. This nigga just be talking crazy. He don't know nothing he's talking about.
We need our South and Central American brothers and sisters as allies.
Culture is ours.
Not enemies.
Yes.
They identifying with us.
You fighting the white man who's an enemy, and I'm going to make an enemy out of all my black brothers and sisters.
They're not our brothers.
That is insane.
Yeah, I don't.
It's not one-sided. I want to be clear, Loon.
Hey, they call my brothers and sisters Virginians. Salute. They call my people Virginians. If your ancestors wasn't called a Virginia, you ain't my brother and sister. Salute. They ain't call your ancestors Virginians, you ain't my brother and sister. I don't give a damn what you think. I don't give a damn. You can fly your flag and take pride in your heritage on our land. And we gonna do the same in your face, and you can get mad about it all you want to. You fly your flag, we gonna fly ours. We gonna take pride in being Virginians. We not like y'all. We got nothing to do with you Negro, you funky Negroes.
African immigrants are just as guilty of this sectionalism and division. I want to be very clear because I've seen the feed. People send them to me. It is. I'm not saying that ADOS FBAs are more liable for
them African booty scratchers, man.
For the racial divide. They're not. It's equal. Some of the stuff I've seen say about American Africans is unacceptable, and some of the things I've seen us say about them is unacceptable. So I'm not giving.
We don't care what you accept and don't accept. Who you think you is?
Yes.
Who he think he?
You know, I think
this
when I look
think
at
he
it,
is the-
when I look at all of the movements together, you know,
say unacceptable,
I'm just
like we
concerned that
answer
we
to
do
him.
have a lot of infighting. But with that being
Ain't
said,
no infighting if we not
I
with
do.
y'all.
Okay, because I'm bringing the
See,
solution
we
to
got to
it.
check this.
Since we're knocking on the
How
door
is
of
it?
SDMG being
How is the infighting when we telling y'all we not with y'all? Y'all keep trying to. They keep claiming us. They keep trying to claim us. It's infighting. No, it's not. We not with y'all. We against y'all. Ain't no infighting. It's us against y'all.
already? There needs to be a progressive American African movement that looks out for the best interests of the American
What the
African
fuck
people,
is an American African?
that does not demonize our brothers and sisters abroad, and that looks to build relationships with them as far as that can be done. So my movement to counteract the negativity of these movements we're discussing is going to be the DAFA movement.
The DAFA.
D-A-F-A.
This nigga done made up a new name.
African freedmen in America.
It ain't no such thing as an African freedman, you big dummy.
You big dummy.
This nigga made up another name.
American African movement that looks out for the best interests of the American African people, that does not demonize our brothers and sisters abroad, and that looks to build relationships with them as far as that can be done. So my movement to counteract the negativity of these movements we're discussing is going to be the DAFA movement. D-A-F-A, descendants of African freedmen in America. Remember?
You big dummy.
If one of these little ugly ass niggas make up one more damn title, now it's we got a whole nother group now, y'all. We got the Dr. Umar DAFI movement. What DAFI stand for?
Timberloom. After freedom came, we were known as what? Freedmen. That was a legal classification. We were the freedmen. My 3 times great grandfather George
It's a freedman, huh? Let's go back. Say that again.
with them as far as that can be done. So my movement to counteract the negativity of these movements we're discussing is going to be the DAFA movement. D-A-F-A, descendants of African freedmen.
Another fake ass name. Niggas don't do no research, man. I can't stand niggas that just talk crazy. Ain't no such thing as an African freedman, Umar. You make it too easy for me to call you out talking about a DAFI movement of descendants of African freedmen. Yeah, I'm glad you say this stupid stuff because you keep pointing it right back to the true history. The freedmen were on Indian rolls, fool, like the Wallace rolls of the Cherokee freedmen. So ain't no Shaka Zulu freedmen, you dumbass nigga. Ain't no West African freedmen. Fuck, ain't no Nigerian freedmen, you stupid fucking dumbass Pan-African Peter Pan Buddhist scratcher.
Got him.
Can't stand this nigga. I hate this motherfucking nigga.
Big dummy. Check up in your ass.
No such thing as an African. No such thing as a DAFI. There's no such thing as a descendant of an African freedman. There's no such thing as an African freedman. There's no such thing as an African freedman. There's no such thing as an African freedman. Like how Dr. Umar be doing. Repeating it 3 times and shit. No fucking such thing as an African freedman, you jackass. I'm glad you said it though. The Wallace rolls of Cherokee freedmen. You got Cherokee freedmen, you got Indian freedmen, fool. It was no Nigerian freedman, you dumbass nigga. You had Cherokee freedmen. You had Seminole freedmen. You had Muskogee Creek freedmen. Hey, love little Papa Short in the house, salute. Got no damn, ain't no such thing as no damn African freedman. See, they say stupid stuff, but it's always a teachable moment. I'm glad he does it. I'm glad he say it. All the freedmen roles was Indian roles. We already done a live on this. He wouldn't know because he does no studying. Primarily known as the freedmen rolls, the Chickasaw, Choctaw, Creek, Seminole. You gotta look, if you want to find the freedmen rolls, you gotta search the Dawes rolls, you idiot. It ain't no African freedmen rolls, they in Indian rolls, you jackass. I'm so tired of dumb people, man. Dumb people trying to speak for us, trying to say we all one big group and they want to speak for everybody. You don't speak for me, nigga. Indian affairs, not African affairs, dummy. Freeman and the Dawes rolls. All the freeman rolls were Indian rolls. Ain't no such thing as an African freeman rolls. We already discussed this. We already covered this. Yeah, matter of fact, we want what a freeman roll look like. Something like this. Indian Negroes, slaves, huh? Free Negroes, huh? And slaves, huh? A freeman roll, huh? Indian roll. See, man, these people like Umar, he no different than these diddy-crack immigrants that be running for political office, misleading people, saying a bunch of nothing that's not even true, and want you to follow them.
In America, remember, Loom, after freedom came, we were known as what? Freedmen. That was a legal classification. We were the freedmen. My 3 times great-grandfather George fought in the Civil War. My 4 times great-grandfather Steve fought in the Civil War. My cousins Lewis and Charles, the sons of Frederick Douglass, fought in the Civil War. I'm a descendant of freedmen who fought to keep this country from being divided. And we have rights as freedmen. So we're fighting as descendants of African, not no American. You ain't never putting that no title, no organization of mine. Descendants of African freedmen.
Bruh, it ain't no African bro,
I like that.
See, he's making the fool out of himself because he just talking crazy.
It don't matter. I'm strong.
Let me play that back with that. I'm gonna play that back.
Okay. Now, with that being said, I do believe
with the Cherokee freedmen rolls up. Let's just clip it like that.
My movement to counteract the negativity of these movements we're discussing is going to be the DAFA movement. DAFA, descendants of African freedmen in America.
A Creek is an Indian, not African.
After freedom came, we were known as what? Freedmen. That was a legal classification. We were the freedmen. My 3 times great-grandfather George fought in the Civil War. My 4 times great-grandfather Steve fought in the Civil War. My cousins Lewis and Charles, the sons of Frederick Douglass, fought in the Civil War. I'm a descendant of freedmen.
That nigga ain't no kin to Frederick Douglass.
To keep this country from being divided, and we have rights as freedmen.
That nigga be
so
claiming Frederick Douglass. He be claiming, bro.
Matter
Matter of fact, okay.
You ain't never
where your genealogy that connect you to Frederick Douglass?
Of
Where your motherfucking genealogy that connect you to Frederick Douglass, nigga? We ain't finna let you just slide with that shit. Talking about you. Your last name Schumacher, nigga. Your name Jermaine Schumacher. Your real name Jermaine Schumacher, nigga. You come from the shoemaker family. You is not kin to no Frederick Douglass, nigga. This nigga just a liar, man. This man pathetic, man. The amount of lies that come out this man's mouth, man. The amount of lies. This man say he the cousin of, he say Frederick Douglass his cousin. Man, this nigga is crazy. I can't believe that. Show you it's a lot of crazy people out there, because even the following that he got, how he get 200,000 people following? This man is insane, man. And pull up the similar Freeman Rose. We done did. I should have pulled up that live stream we did. Y'all remember that live stream we did? We went through and pulled up all the Freeman Roles. We pulled up all the Indian Freeman Roles, and we were looking through the names. Let's see. Similar Indian Roles dealing with the Dogs Commission. Similar Freeman. See, ain't no African Freeman, man. Yes, the Freemen were Negroes, but they were not Africans. They were Indian Negroes. See, this something these is the facts. These is the receipts that Umar don't have. These is the receipts that you cannot ignore. The Indian Negroes, and then you see similar freedmen. They Indians. They not Africans. On the Republic of Anayawea. This man is, everything he said was a lie.
African freedmen in America.
I like that. Do you think you're gonna get pushback for even launching that?
It don't matter. I'm strong in both.
The Dow
Okay. Now, with that being said, I do believe
he got a coalition of nobody.
that reparations, the debt is lineage specific. So I don't want to remove the point. Like I like how you put it, right? That before America was America, there were the same behavior. Yeah. So, but I think the British should pay for that.
Yes.
Or did you say what the funds transferred
part
to?
of your reparations is coming from who? The British.
And the limitations of
And
the,
if we go
of the
1619, right,
my brother,
to 1719,
face ass.
that's 100 years. And then 1719 to 1776,
This man can't even count.
that's like almost 60.
He can't
So
even
160
count,
years of your 250.
He can't even count. Shut
Guess
up,
what?
nigga.
Most of your time in American slavery was under the British, not the Americans. Did you see that?
Man,
Yeah.
I don't know nothing.
We just did the math. Most of your time enslaved in America was under the British. Is it not common sense, Loon, to unite with my African brothers and sisters in Ghana,
Nope.
in Malawi,
Nope.
in Nigeria,
They on their own.
in Jamaica,
Fight your own
in
battle,
other places around the British Empire who are fighting for the same thing when
No, they
we
ain't
are
fighting
all
for the
kith
same
and
thing.
kin anyway? Does it make
We
sense
ain't fighting
me
for the same
to be
thing,
at
you
odds
booty
with
scratcher.
a Jamaican who may very well be my blood cousin?
Nope.
Does it make sense for me to be at odds with a Nigerian who might very well be my blood uncle? Lou, we are fighting with people who may very well be from your same ancestral line.
He ain't from
That
my
is
ancestral
ridiculous.
line. He is goofy, man.
And we
He
don't
is
fight
goofy.
white people half
Look at
as
your
much
forehead.
as we
You
fight
could
each
not
other.
be
And
from
that
my
goes for
line.
us and
Wow.
the
Your
opposite
forehead
side.
like that.
Yeah.
I'm
Y'all
disappointed in both sides, bro.
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
bloodline.
For me,
y'all
there's only
cool,
one
nigga.
tribe, and that's the Pan-Africanist tribe. You are either
Lies.
for all Africans or you are for no Africans.
We are for
That's-
no Africans.
But see, the reason I
We
have
are
to
for
come
no
forward with
Africans.
the Dafa movement